Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy. We're going to get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. We're actually going to start the day off today with the hottest stock, in my opinion, that people are sleeping on still, WDLF here on the 30-minute time frame. So I've been talking about this for a hot minute. Been saying that this stock is about to break out, and it looks like we are finally starting to get that upward momentum. You can see today we actually had our nice little back test that we wanted to see. So you can see when we started today, we broke all the way down to our uptrend and we held very nicely, and then after this point right here we were off to the races. And so right now I do believe this is the beginning of the uptrend here on WDLF. Remember, there was no news actually given out just yet, so if WDLF lets us know about uplisting or any other good news that they have with their company, that will add to this upward pressure right now. And so if we just look at WDLF here on the daily time frame, look how bullish everything looks. You can see we had beautiful price action right here. Our MACD curled up and now is in sync right here with our signal line. And if we get another green day tomorrow, we should get the crossover here on WDLF. So that looks extremely bullish here in the short term. We have an RSI of about 59. So we do have a decent amount of room to the upside still left here with WDLF. Wanted to mention it again, this one is going to leave with or without you. And so WDLF, absolutely phenomenal day today, up 20%. Next stock of the day, we're looking at Humble here on the 30-minute time frame. So Humble, again, one of my other larger penny stock positions. I've been holding this one since about 58 cents after the reverse split. And so this is a very solid stock that I would plan to hold for a long time. On a technical level, above our 50, and now we are starting to break above our level of resistance. And so if we get a back test, we could say we got our back test right here, but if we get another back test tomorrow and we bounce, that would be extremely bullish here on Humble. Humble and WDLF right now probably have the nicest looking setups of all of our stocks that we are watching. Anytime you're breaking out of a wedge and you're above your 50 SMA, that is a pretty solid signal that there's going to be some room to the upside. And so WDLF, Humble, absolutely crushing it right now for us. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the 30-minute time frame. I've bought a whole bunch of IGEN in the last couple weeks, and so right now I have not been buying. I've been waiting to see if we find a better bottom. I am currently down here on IGEN. This is a hold now that I still have my target level of around 4 cents, and I plan to hold until that point, however long it takes. But right now we have no news coming out on IGEN. We are waiting for our Form 7 to come out, trading right in between our 50 and our 100. And so right now we did get a back test of our 200 and we did come right back up. So this was a very nice opportunity to load up on a dip. Anything below a penny is an absolute steal. I think at these prices you can do no wrong. I do believe a lot more upside left here on IGEN. Short term we could just trade sideways. Long term, this is going to be a solid pick to give you a nice return on your investment. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SEGI on the 30-minute time frame. So SEGI was up 9.2% here today. And so yesterday we got rejected, had some pretty bearish price action getting rejected by this level of resistance. And today we were trying to claw our way back. Right now, again, we are no man's land. We had a great day, but we are still trying to claw our way back above this level of resistance. And ideally, we would love to be above our 50 SMA within this wedge. So if you get SEGI above this 50 while still in this wedge, that would be extremely bullish. Next stock of the day is a new addition to our watch list. And so the reason why I want to add this stock is because this stock has been catching my eye recently. It has an extremely low float. And so I do believe there is some opportunity to trade this stock. And this is STAF, Staffing 360 Solutions. So we're up 6%. This was a stock that I wanted to open up a position here at the dollar range, but I waited patiently and I tracked out a pattern where we had support along this level right here. And so a couple days ago, we actually got to this point and we had our nice bounce up. And so with STAF at these current prices, I think anything below 85 cents, if you can get below 80 cents, STAF is a steal. If we break down below this level of support, that would be a very nice buying opportunity. And so since the bottom of this stock right here that happened last year during our crash in March, we have had a steady uptrend right here, and so we have been using this top line as a level of resistance and this bottom line as a level of support. And so right now we are trading on support, and so this is a pretty solid opportunity for a long-term hold. And so STAF would be a stock that I would be playing for a long swing, and so that swing would look like STAF getting back up to this top line of resistance. And so anytime you have a distinctive pattern like this and you buy on support, that is always a good opportunity, in my opinion, to make some money. And so I do think there's a decent amount of upside here on STAF if you're just kind of trading it from this channel. And so I may make a whole video on STAF, but I just wanted to add this into our watch list right now, because those of you who are loyal fans and do watch this video and are still watching it right now, this is a solid opportunity with a play on support, and you could run this up for the long term. Next stock of the day, we're looking at MJNA on the daily time frame. So MJNA still trading very nicely, still above this level of support. This is our last line of support. We are above it, and now we do plan on trading into this little wedge. If we break out here to the upside, that would be a nice buying opportunity, only if we get the back test. So if we break out, we get a back test right here. That back test would be the confirmation to get into MJNA for the ride up. And so right now, again, I love MGNA on a long-term basis. This is a steal. I think any price that you can get below 7 cents is an absolute steal. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ALYI on the daily time frame. So we've actually had pretty solid days here in alternate systems. So you can see our volume here on the daily. We've had 5 consecutive green days. We have our MACD starting to curl up, and so now that we are back above our 50 SMA, this does look like an extremely bullish setup right now in the short term. We could potentially even create a cup here in this scenario handle, and then we could jump up even further. And so now that we are above our 50 SMA and we have our MACD crossing up, keep an eye on ALYI. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the daily time frame, and we finally had a nice solid green day here on Sun Hydrogen. We broke past our 100-day SMA, and now we are still trading below our 50, and so that was not a buying opportunity. If we kind of just look at our MACD, we actually had a bullish crossover, but just remember our MACD is still negative, and so that would not pose for the best buying opportunity for myself. I would love to see a positive MACD before getting into HYSR, but today was an absolutely solid day, and it does look like we are starting to get our MACD on track. So if we can hold this momentum, keep an eye also on HYSR. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ACDC on the daily time frame, and so right now we are sitting right below our 50 SMA, and so we still have this gap to be filled. This is a gap where a lot of people are going to have some buy orders set, and so I would not be surprised if there's a lot of traders with a buy order at around 27 cents. Because this gap will get filled, that would be a quick and nice loading zone for ACDC. It does seem like we could potentially be breaking down now. Our MACD is turning negative and we are below our 50. And so as of right now, we would love to see ACD claw back above this uptrend, but personally, I would love to see this gap filled here in the short term, and that would coincide with a back test of our 100-day SMA. And so don't be surprised here if we fill this. Decent buying opportunity if we do. Next stock of the day, we're looking at High Tide on the 30-minute time frame. So High Tide was up 3.53%, and now it does look like we are starting to make some very nice moves here in High Tide. We keep getting good news out of High Tide, or we get good news out of the cannabis space, and so a lot of bullish momentum behind High Tide, and if we start to get that volume picking up, this thing will run. And so right now, extremely bullish on High Tide, extremely bullish setup. We are above our level of resistance. We actually did not really get our back test right here. You can see we kind of broke up past this point, and so I still want to see that back test. I do think we will eventually get that back test on High Tide, but now that our 50 is well within our channel, I am very excited because this is an extremely bullish setup. And so that is pretty much all the stocks for watching. You can see there are opportunities in a lot of our stocks. We already had some stocks that have shot up significantly, and now we are on the round 2 for some of these. And so right now, the stocks to be watching are definitely Social Life Network, WDLF, Humble, HMBL, and then High Tide, HITI. I think those 3 stocks have the best setups in the short term, probably the best fundamentals of the pack. Overall, those are 3 picks that I have really decent sized positions in as well, and so I could be slightly biased by saying that, but we are looking at the same charts, and the charts that I'm looking at look pretty bullish, and that's why I have positions in them. And so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.